Narayanaya. We heartily welcome Dr. Padmaja Suresh, who is running this Aatmalaya Trust with full Atmartham. Dr. Padmaja is the daughter of Chakyar Rajan Mama and Devika Mami. Chakyar Rajan and Devika Mami, they were personally known to us right from my childhood, but I happened to interact with Padmaja only just a few months ago. So he has been a world-renowned Chakyar Kuti performer, though he has been not the Chakyar tradition. He is a Brahmin, but then he has imbibed all the nuances of that Chakyar Kuti. And he has been awarded nationally also for his performances and for his skills. Apart from his profession, as a chartered accountant, if I'm right. So Padmaja has taken upon her shoulders the lineage, and she is running this Bharatanatyam trust, and herself is also well renowned with ICCR panel and many with performances in various countries, and setting up, bringing up many students and giving a lot of productions, unique productions. It was very interesting to read about this Panchatantra stories. Actually, Rekha and me also were discussing sometime in September, October, if I'm right, about this, how to tell the tales to the children. And when I saw that you have made a production, I would definitely like to have know more about it. So some unique production, and she's into this tantric aspects in Bharatanatyam. So all, on a different plane. So I feel like, I am somewhere down, like, and, people, she is much younger to me, and I know her sister, elder sister and all, but then she has gone to such a heavy, different plane altogether. So really overwhelmed, Padmaja, to have you here. So if you can, present something now, whatever, and I also invite you to, she can detail, she's a ardent bhakta of Paramacharya. So that also brings us closer together. So maybe we can have a detailed talk of, on the final day when she can prepare for it. But right now, we would like to have the grace of your, a bit of your presentation, please.
Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Dr. Ganga, thank you so much. You gave such an overwhelming introduction to me. I'm not in any other plane. I'm very much on Bhuloka only, and all of us are in Bhuloka. And as artists, we are trying to connect to the Swargaloka and to the Brahmaloka. I just now heard some very mellifluous music. I don't think Savitri Mame is here, but it was such a beautiful rendition. And you had Geetam, Vadyam, and you had Nrityam also. Is this the same Rekha who performed? It was so wonderful, so subtle, and so well portrayed. It is my bad luck that I have never been able to dance at Tirupavai personally, but I have always taught, and two of my students have been performing it regularly. I will definitely find out if they can present what I have taught to them on the final day from their side. And I think Paramacharya is who connected Dr. Ganga and me. Basically, the Guru only connects the devotees. So I saw you at that conference of Chennai University when I presented my paper on Sri Chakra and Bharatanatyam. And that is when we were, for the first time, we got connected. But then we have been exchanging so many spiritually elevating messages, because so much goes around in WhatsApp. So much of unnecessary things also go around. But what is important is if you are able to send the right forwards, that is what ensures that the relationship is born for positive purposes. And the best thing about Dhanurmasam and Tirupavai and Tirumbavai, today Tirumbavai also throughout the world, people are chanting. And thanks to Paramacharya, the importance of doing it has come out, even to far off places. And I feel that there is definitely a symbolic meaning in whatever we do, right? There is a Samanya, there is a Guhya, and a Samadhi, the three levels in which we understand a script. The Samanya is what we do with Angika Bhinaya, and we are able to show the word-to-word meaning. And the Guhya meaning is where we take it to the emotional level and bring out the imaginative perceptions of it. And every time, I recently saw even Padwaka's interpretation through her, through Paramacharya again, that Pave itself, they were saying, is nothing but Durga's message to all of us, is how we have to wake up from the slumber of ignorance and go ahead with the the brightness. And after having tried the best to wake up, and finally the Lord opens, and what is it that we ask for? Like every time we rush to a temple, we are literally running, right? We're pushing each other, and then we go there, and then we try to see. The moment we see, what do we do first thing? We don't see, we close our eyes. That happens naturally. So then from the external, we connect to the internal. And for that, we are going around. And ultimately, it looks like chasing your own tail. Because everything you want, the Brahmasmi is within us. So that establishes very strongly in these hymns. And that's the best part of it, from Tamasic to Rajasic to the Sattvic, like we do in Navaratri also. That kind of a puja. And Tiruvempavai, when I was hearing recently on Shankara TV, Dr. Shivacharya, I felt is a lot more connected to the Trikashaivism that I regularly talk about. It's about the Shiva Shakti aspect, and they're inseparable, and how both are needed in the Ardhanarishwara, the right and the left go together. The Iha and the Para, and the very meaning of Nadaraja is how Shakti takes you closer to Shiva. So that is an often trodden path, but Tirupavai, the lyrical aspect, the Vaishnavism, the symbolism, all that I shall try and bring it to you once again when we meet on the final day through my students, and maybe work on that choreography, having seen how much Rekha is involved in it. So wonderful. Thank you so much. By the way, when is the last day? Is it 15th or 14th?
13th.
13th.
13th karade in the Vyazhakkiழமை, yeah?
Ama.
Because 14th, you know, I was being conferred the state honor of Karnataka Kalashri. So thank you. On Friday, the award function was in the evening. Now they've kept it early morning because of the Corona restrictions, and the CM is going to come for it. So that's why I was wondering if it is 14th. Then the month changes. So
Yes,
it is 14th or 13th. Okay.
Yeah, I read the news about your being granted the award. Now it is so.
Thank you.
No, we are happy. We are happy to have you, because we just started, and when ma'am told me yesterday, Ganga ma'am told me you're coming, I said, you have made us feel proud. Thank you so much.
Who's your guru, Srimati Rekha?
My guru Paduka, Dr. Padmaja Suresh.
Oh, okay. So you've learned all the Karanas, and everything is done through.
I've started when I was 13 years onwards. I started from her, but initially I was doing from Kalakshetra.
Okay.
I did 4 years of Kalakshetra training. Then I went with Paduka. So it's a
what
long
about academic training? You're also doing your MA or Masters?
Yeah, I'm doing academic. I'm doing Nardhanamala Center for Performing Arts, and I work for Alagappa Performing Arts, distant education for students abroad with Alagappa University. So that's been doing since 2006. So I was very much focused on the structured program. On and off, I come to the stage and I perform and I do it, but not fully. I've not got it. Now I got a chance. When Ganga ma'am was there, I said, okay, now let's start the journey.
I will share these recordings of the past to all my students again, so that they also know what is happening here. Only a few handful is enough to spread the message. We don't need a crowd at all.
So we just started with a handful only, but I was very happy to have you today. That's nice.